his name. Franchise. Platinum winning rapper right here. Oh, that's the goat right there. That's the goat. Now introducing the bum. Next coming up, Boss Man Tokes.
You think you know me?
Okay, that's Edge. Another guy on the Mount Rushmore. Only real ones know.
Whoa, Hamada.
Tokes,
Another
Tokes,
week.
Tokes. Another week, another dub. That's what they say, right?
You know it.
I got a dub. You got a dub. Last week was kind of depressing because you got your dub via my expense. But this week we're both happy. We're both here. Alhamdulillah, we're both healthy. So let's. You got anything to say before we kick it off with our first segment?
I want to shout out all the fans. We started a little late today, so we're just gonna get right into it.
All right, let's go. First topic. We want to go from the game of the year. Honestly, game of the year, not even
Game of the year, triple OT.
OP Block win in a thriller, in a cinematic masterpiece, so to speak, and everyone went crazy. I know Tokes wants to do a little glazing on a little someone, but I'm not going to do any of that because I don't glorify losers on this show, not my show. That's not happening here today. But I want to talk about what OP Block did to get that dub, much needed dub. I mean, they're just rallying off wins right now without their captain Donish, keeping it together, keeping it composed. They got their manager on the sideline. I don't know his name, but he shows up every week. They're coming. They're ready to go. They're fired up. I mean, let me just list off some of these stats for you guys real quick. I mean, probably the street culture's player of the week and offensive player of the week. I mean, hands down, if you guys just look at these stats. DB, David Brown, 4 touchdowns with 9 catches for 88 yards. And then one of the most shocking rookies to be playing this well, Mahmoud Hassan, with 12 receptions for 138 yards and 10 flag pulls. I mean, that's first round, top of the second round production right there. And we got 2 elite performances in one game from this more than good duo, probably one of the top duos in the league in Mosh and DB. Jackson was slinging the rock, threw a couple picks with Mustafa Dalek, who played really good today on Palestine Panthers. But, I mean, it was nip and tuck. It looked like they were going to, take the game away. But for us, I'll give them credit. They kept battling. Mo Darbo coming in golf clothes, looked like he just came off the pitch with what do they call it? A $500 driver, whatever they call it, in a little putt stop. I mean, he was in. He came in strapped up and then made a game tying touchdown. I don't know how. What a crazy game. They kept fighting. It was tie game without Mo Darbo. Mo Darbo came kind of late. Almost before the second half. And they were keeping it competitive. I'm shook. We were talking on the sideline. Is this team better without Mo Darbo? What are we seeing right now? But then you got Mohamed Salah stepped it up. Ahmad just having a really solid season for being a 6th, 7th rounder. I mean, 9 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. Mustafa Dalek came up big. AB Adi, one of the best, most unspoken of rushers and blockers in the league. I mean, this was an amazing game. For us, played well. His best game easily of the year. He looks more comfortable now. He looks like he knows who to target, who to throw to. He's starting to understand his personnel more. But OP Block, they just keep winning. And, probably a top 5, arguably top 4 team in the league, maybe top 3. I know they're a top 3 seed. I know that for sure, with only 1 loss on the season to Habibi Elite. What a great game. Not much to talk about. At least for us looked competitive. That's all we need to see. I just want to see growth. And once you get a win, I'll start talking about you a little more. But that's my takeaway, Tokes. What do you got from us?
All right, now it's my turn. You've been yipping and yapping a lot. Listen, after I saw Faraz lead that game time drive going 100% completion rate. And when he threw that pass to Mo Darbo in the back of the end zone to tie it up and send it to overtime, I mean, it just turned me on. I mean, for someone so young to turn me on like that, Faros gave me a feeling that I've never had before. That was such a great pass. I mean, listen, I got to give Faros credit. It's been a while since I've seen Faros do anything worth talking about, and he finally delivered. And you know, all I have to
Yeah,
say is,
yeah, it's Tokes. We got him. All right,
all
chill out,
right.
Tokes. This is enough glaze on Faraz. I mean, continue, but just chill out for a little.
Look. All jokes aside, um, Faraz, look, he showed life, man. He put up 30 plus points. He went from 0 points one game, one touchdown another game, and then like now look, he should have won this game. I think Faraz did enough to win the game. He just needed a little more help from his defense, which he didn't get. I mean, David Brown had 4 touchdowns. I mean, what are the corners and safeties doing on that team? And then you let Mosh have a legacy game of all legacy games. But look, Faraz is improving. The only thing that I don't like is that he's running into a Mu'minin team next week. And I mean, if Firas was able to beat OP Block, he really could have made playoffs. If I'm looking at the seeding and stuff, he could have actually made playoffs if they were able to knock off OP Block. But I mean, OP Block just looked like a really solid team. They look like they're going to be a team no one really wants to face in the playoffs because they have a really good defense, and then they've got DB, superstar wide receiver Jackson. Jackson's a top 3, maybe even top 4 quarterback in the league. Like he's in the top half of the quarterbacks, and then a bunch of role players, but most of the role players on this team have very high upside. Like any one of them can have a monster game at any point in time. So I think OP Block are going to be a team to be feared with, and I'm just hoping Faros can get. I think Faros will beat Galleria and make the playoffs. I look. I know. I said. I was dogging Faros's team, but I see some potential.
Listen, I'll say this: the schedule for Faraz, it didn't like in a way, it's good for him. Whereas he started off playing the easy teams, but I would have rather actually no, the schedule didn't do him any favors. What am I talking about? He should have started off playing the hard teams because he was gonna lose no matter what who he was playing. But at least now that he has rhythm, it would have been nicer to ease up the schedule at the end of the season. But now, as he's gaining rhythm, now he's playing Mu'mineen, freaking Jerusalem Jags, and then he's gonna play freaking Habibi Elite. That's like when you catch your rhythm, you want to be playing teams like Galleria Guardians, teams like El Shabab,
Teams like Sprite.
not teams like Sprite because we already give them BTA and we give BTA to Galleria Guardians. I'll talk about that a little later. But the schedule didn't do much favors. I like that he's picking up rhythm now, but it sucks that the schedule is gonna get the toughest. It's gonna be the toughest stretch so far for him. But Faraz played well. I'll give him credit. He played really good. That throw to Mo Darbo was one of the best throws I've seen him. He's made all season easily. I mean, just a rush in his face, and he launches it into the corner of the end zone, giving Mo Darvo only a chance where he can catch it. And then, in real time, we thought it was a touchdown, but watching the video, I thought it was a great call by Nadim because in real time, I could see how both feet were out. But if you play by play, minute by minute, little freaking speck by speck, you could see that that toe had a little slither. There was a little slither of turf and green between the white line and the grass. So it was a touchdown, but I don't know what really happened there with the challenge. I want to clear some things up. If you don't have timeouts, you cannot challenge because using a challenge is stopping the game. And if you don't have timeouts to stop the game, you can't use a challenge. But in that case, it was. It's sometimes it's up to the discretion of the ref if they want to challenge it.
And I'm pretty sure the refs
They're
themselves
not.
wanted to take a look at it. I mean, that's the last play of the game.
Exactly. I know, but I'm saying if one ref clearly saw had an angle and they called it out, there's no review on that. It'd have to be like a 50-50 call where they don't know, so they have to go to the review. But yeah, that's you want to move on, Tokes?
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. Arguably, if that game didn't happen, OP block, this would have been the game of the week. Mu'minin over Habibi Elite. Um, I don't really have a lot of thoughts on this game, except that I'm disappointed in Habibi Elite. You know, me and you together, we were glazing the crap out of this team, saying their talent was amazing, top 3 talented team in the league, arguably top 2. But I mean, it looked good at the start of the season. But as the schedule has become a little harder, their performances have become a little shakier, and I mean, they got absolutely blown up by Jags last week. They played a little tougher this week. You know, I'll give them credit there, but it never looked like they had a grasp of this game. It always looked like they were one step behind. They're always chasing you guys, and you know they'd make a play, and then Sudani would go down the field and make a play. And I'll give credit. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Sudani played amazing today. I mean, that throw to Yaned in the corner of the end zone was. That was a Hall of Fame like throw. That wasn't a wash Sudani. That was a prime Sudani. I mean that over Backer's hands, you know, right in the corner of the end zone where Yanad can catch it. And I'll give him credit. I gotta give some more props to Yanad. I mean, I know I said he's washed, and in his own ways, I still think he's due on one side of the ball being defense because there's not a lot of D in Mu'minin, but that team, you know, he got cooked by Tawfiq a lot of times. Mustafa down the middle. I mean, he's the safety in the middle of the field is always somehow open. I don't know, like maybe you got to change Yaned to linebacker or something because he's not a great safety. If I see him as safety, you know where I'm going. But on offense, on the other hand, he's played really good this season. I mean, this game, 5 catches for 100 and almost 20 yards, gets an interception, but it was kind of a little bobble, but I'll give him that and gets a touchdown, the game-winning touchdown. You know, he's been a lead on offense. You two as well, being a duo, you know, on the season. You with 310 yards, United with 236 yards. You know, you guys are probably the most balanced receiving duo in the league on a week-to-week basis. One of the you know best duos that you know you can trust going into a game. So I'll give you guys credit there. But I mean, I feel like Habibi Elite could take advantage of having Huzaifa at corner. I mean, when you got someone like that at corner, you got to send Musa, your first round pick. The most
Don't read
I
out
don't
Musa's
even want to
stats.
blame Musa Mullet. 2 catches for 21 yards, no touchdowns, and this is your wide receiver number 1. This is someone that went third. Was it third?
Third overall.
Third overall.
Third
Third
overall.
overall. And you look at the production of all these wide receiver ones. You know, you with 310 yards, United with 230 yards, DB with almost 400 yards, freaking AJ. I mean, Ben with 330 yards, AJ with 400 yards, me with almost 300 yards, Monty 250 yards, and then Musa with 10 catches on the season for 160 yards. I mean, that's a disgrace. If you're a Big O, you gotta.
I mean, Big O's not using his weapon.
I don't care. People say you can't force feed a guy like that, a guy with that much talent, because it's not like he's not talented. It's not like he's not smart, because we see him make these crazy highlight catches when you throw him the ball. And you know, you give a deep shot, a little go route where he burned someone across from me. Tokes got absolutely burnt by a rookie. I will never let that go. I don't. The whole show I should have saw that.
Tawfiq Senior had a monster game. We need to shout out Tawfiq
blind.
Senior.
You look like he had freaking.
We need to shout out Tawfiq Senior. 3 catches,
No.
114 yards, 2
Tokes
touchdowns.
could never play corner in his life ever
Look,
again.
you know I'm a linebacker.
Whenever
You know I'm a
corner,
linebacker. You know I'm a linebacker. How about you know my position is linebacker. I'm one of the best linebackers in the league.
Yeah.
The only reason I went to corner is because we were missing Beans and we're missing half the roster.
Yeah, في المهم. You were getting cooked, and it seems like Big O is utilizing Tawfiq Allen Sr. and Backer and Tawfiq Habishi more than he's using Musa Mullet, you know, one of the most talented receivers in the league. So if you're Big O, I don't care what you got to do. You got to make sure that man gets at least 5 to 6 catches a game. I don't care if he's covered. You throw him that damn ball. You got to get him in rhythm because the playoffs are coming up, and you need to start winning games. You need to get him confidence. And then after that, when people start focusing, that's when you spread the ball around. But, you know, Big O just, I mean, he still had a...
He's too passive.
He's too pat.
Like
I mean,
he's always trying to make you just gotta give your guys a chance.
He runs a lot. I mean, 82 rush yards, 200 passing yards, but he's 11 for 13. All these quarterbacks are getting minimum 20 pass attempts a game. Big O just, I mean, he's not throwing it enough. Like his completion percentage is the highest on the season, but it still feels like he's.
But it's because there's checkdowns. I mean, the only play where he threw it deep was when Tawfiq Senior burnt me. Everything other than that is just blocker passes.
Yeah, Tawfiq down the middle. I think he scored a touchdown on that as well.
I mean, yeah, that was a good.
Seems
yeah,
like
but other than
unless players aren't wide open, he's not really giving him a chance. So I need to start seeing him.
I think he needs to thread the needle. Like last year, when me and Azuz and Nadeem were on the team last year, he was letting us go and make plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember a lot of my catches, I wasn't wide open. I had to go and make catches. The same with Azuz, same with Nadeem. Like we had to battle for the ball. Like he was giving us opportunities. I think Big O is still. We talked about this last week. I think Big O is being too passive. If he truly wants to unlock the potential that this offense has, he has to give these top receivers 50-50 balls, because a 50-50 ball to Musa is more like an 80-20 ball. a 50-50 ball to Tawfiq Senior is like a 70-30 ball.
Yeah,
Like you got to give these guys a chance. You can't just throw it if someone's wide open and then or just tuck it and run.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean that's not gonna get you any. That's not gonna get you any points. It's not gonna win you any games, and it's damn sure not gonna win you the league.
Exactly. But to wrap it up for me, I mean, it was a great dub from Mutmanin. Really clutch by Yaned and Sudani, going 1-1 with Big O, going down the line, marching down the field, and getting the game tying touchdown, and then stopping Big O on the other end from converting and getting a Hail Mary touchdown. So props to you guys. Number two seed. Number two
Yeah.
seed.
I no, I think 3 seed. I think OP Block are ahead of us because no, but it goes to point
Mm.
differential, right? I don't
But
know.
you guys are all you guys
It's we're
only
like
one
two or
loss on the
three.
season. Only one loss on the season, so it'll all settle down in the end. But great
No,
game by
I
you
think we're
guys.
actually
I'll
starting to
give
come
you
around.
I'll give you
Look,
guys.
I want to give a couple thoughts on my team. I think we're coming around offensively, week by week. We're getting up there now. I think everyone understands their role on offense. I mean, me and Yanad are probably going to be the main guys all year long. Awad finally got a few touches. I think
I
as long as
mentioned
we can
that
get,
I had
as
finally
long
got
as
a
we,
catch.
this coming week we're not going to have Yanad, so Awad's going to need to have a legacy game. Um, but what's it called? When we get Beans back, I think that's going to open up the offense a little bit more. But I think Beans is more so important for us on defense. That way, I can go back to linebacker. Sudani can go back to safety. Yanad can go back to corner. I mean, like everyone can go back to their original defensive position. We've been playing with like our team does have a luxury of playing guys who can play multiple positions, but like once we get our guys in our best possible positional defense, I mean, like look at Yezen. Yezen has 5 sacks. Yezen's number 2 in the league in sacks. I
Hey,
mean,
buddy, that kid, he had four in one game and has had one the rest of the season. So don't give me that. It was
but
a
he
mix.
he missed one game.
He stat padded in one game. All right, relax.
Anyways, and then we play a hungry Faros team next week. I do think this game is gonna be. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be close, but I think Faros versus Mu'minin is gonna be more competitive than what some people think.
Hmm.
And obviously it's a big game for us. If we win this game, then we get the big Saturday night light game against Doomy the week out. I mean, we might need to do an IRL nightcap for that going into it. But anyways, I think we can move on to our next segment. Oh my goodness. Sorry, let me speak about this. Sprite dominate Galleria in a
36-12.
six in a 6v6. Throw away all the stats from this game. Throw away this Mickey Mouse win. Oh my goodness. I mean, this I mean it can't get give me a second. It can't get any more Mickey Mouse than this, Hamada.
How is this Mickey? Why is everything you call Mickey? But if you did the same exact thing, you'd call it. You'd say.
To make the clubhouse appear, we get
Mickey Mouse. It's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Come
No, it's
inside.
okay.
That's all.
Hold up. How is this Mickey? Wait. They have six people. Wait, we have six people as well. Wait. They had their first rounder who was the MVP of the league last year. We had our first rounder.
Wait,
We
let me
didn't have our
speak.
second
Let,
rounder.
let, let, let me
Wait,
speak.
they didn't have
This
the
game.
piece. It was about the most even leveled game you'd ever see. You don't have your guy. We don't have our guy. All right, let's take
Listen.
them both out, make it 6v6. So head to head, pound for pound, who came out on top?
Listen,
36-12,
Listen, when you're
BK,
getting zero
Ahmad.
rushed, when no one's
Ugh.
rushing you, anyone can look like a good quarterback. I mean, aside from Amir, I mean, from what I saw from Amir, this guy. I mean, listen, Amir is the definition of if it's broke, just keep it broken because he's not gonna make any adjustments ever. I mean, I'm watching Amir rush zero, I'm watching him rush one, and he's just getting cooked, and he's staying in that same defense. I mean,
Amir's top 3 in passing yards,
look,
724 yards on the season.
look, I'm talking about on defense.
more than
talking about
Sudani, more than Big O, more
I'm
than
talking about on
Doomy.
defense. That Galleria defense. Look, everyone thought that Galleria defense was going to be good going into this season, but it's been absolutely pitiful. When you let a QB like Omar Egypt put up, look at these stats for Egypt. I'm looking at these stats for Egypt, and I'm seeing oh 4 touchdown passes, a rushing touchdown, 16 of 18 completion percentage. I mean, you had 9 catches, 78 yards. I mean, like these are Mickey Mouse stats. So, look, when you're getting rushed by no one, and you have look, I went back and watched the tape. There was a play where Egypt held the ball for 2 minutes straight, ran 2 minutes off the clock, and did a 10-yard scramble. I mean, come on, bro.
Wait.
This
Aren't,
game,
aren't you supposed to take what the defense gives you? If no one's rushing and we're up by 3 touchdowns, just, I mean, hold on to it. What's the point?
this game was the epitome of just throw it all away. Because if it was a 7v7 game, I think Galleria Guardians a blowout Sprite.
Shut up! You're such a
Look,
can't
I
take
think-
you. That's blasphemous. Tokes, take that back right now. Take that back.
stop. Let me speak, Hamada. All I know is
You know it, and I know it. You don't believe any of the words coming out of your mouth right now, because if you were to do the same exact thing, and you guys were in
Look,
our situation,
four out of the
you
six
say-
starters.
you
four
said
out of
we
the
only had six
starters for
people.
Galleria were missing.
We were huffing and puffing.
Four,
We had no subs.
4 out of the 6
Oh.
starters. Hey. 4 out of the 6 starters for Galleria were missing. Oh, if Idris was there, Omar Egypt would be having nightmares. He might have got put in the back of an ambulance. How hard Idris would have hit him.
Okay,
I
and
mean,
Suhaib, Dawood.
Suhaib's
Yanad.
never showing up. Look, the day Suhaib shows up for another MFL game, I will give you everything I have in my bank account for Suhaib even showing up. Mind
All
you, I
right,
messed
next
with
week.
my bank
Next
account.
week. Put a case of
Look.
Diet Dew on that and put that whole bank account.
Look, I'm
on,
putting 20 cases of Diet Dew that Suhaib will never
Alright.
show up
All
again.
right, run it then, buddy. Run it.
Yeah, your team is just complete dog water. I'm just looking at like every team. I'm looking at every team. Every team has at least 2 guys who are top in receiving. You know, like you look at Mosh and DB. You look at me and Yanad. You look at Ben and Omar Al Ahmed. Look at Musa Tawfiq Senior. Even though they're not as up there, at least it's kind
Wait,
of
you just
split.
mentioned Ben and Amr Al Ahmed. Wait, those guys were on the field on Sunday, right? Right?
Look, they can't cover for 45 seconds.
I got him.
Look,
I got him.
Look,
Oh, you just got cooked, buddy.
Hamada. You could be the greatest corner in the world. You should be the greatest safety in the world, but no one in hell can cover for 2 minutes straight. All right, that game is. I'm not even gonna speak on this game anymore because it's so Mickey. But like, I'm looking at your team. You're the only receiver over 100 yards. Like you have Dawood 50 yards, JJ 70 yards. I mean, this offense is just pitiful. This offense isn't gonna lead you anywhere. And look, you guys had a little Mickey Mouse game to stat pad your stats, but at the end of the day, you know it and I know it that this team isn't going anywhere if Suhaib's not there. And last time I checked, Suhaib was eating crumble cookies the night before the game, and he didn't wake up in time for the game the next morning. All right, buddy.
All right, hold up. So if we're not going anywhere, where the hell is Galleria Guardians going? If they get
Oh.
if we give them BTA.
Don't even get me. Look, I'm saying it now. I got Galleria missing playoffs. Firas will beat Galleria to make playoffs and knock Galleria out.
Amir, Ben, Amadi. You guys hear this right now? But this is bulletin
Sorry.
board material. Write it on your wall. This man just proclaimed that Faras, 15-year-old, is gonna give you guys BTA and knock you out of the playoffs. The MVP of the league, Ben, is not gonna take that too lightly, Tokes. I'll tell you right now. They're coming back with a vengeance. Idris coming back with a vengeance. Ahmad gonna lock up the Mo Darbo. Who? Give me Ahmad all day.
I got Firas winning that game, but we'll speak about that game when the time comes.
Okay.
But anyways, let's move on.
Last game to cover, guys. There's not much to say about this. I mean, Dumi was gone, and the score was 12-6.
Wait, hold up. I'm getting breaking news.
Go ahead. What happened?
Unfortunately, guys, I just received some devastating news. Muntasir Mensi dislocated his knee, and he's potentially out for the season. So it's a very devastating injury for Jerusalem Jags. I mean, look, Monty's coming off of a 5-sack game, and
Wow.
it's very unfortunate. There might be a slight chance he could return in playoffs, but it's very unlikely. I mean, everyone send prayers out to Monty. He dislocated his knee. He popped it out of place. It's very unfortunate for one of the best players in the league. And Jerusalem Jags, a team that's been filled with injuries all year, gets hit with another injury. Prayers to Monty. But, speaking on this game, I mean, Nadim was at quarterback for a little. Ubi, Zayd Dallak. I mean, it was a very low-scoring game. Bad offense on both sides. But, I mean, I'd actually he's been balling. I mean, I look at these numbers. I mean, look, AJ had a monster game, 8 for 120. Yasser 7 for 90. Usually Khalil's the wide receiver 2 on this team, and usually you'll see Khalil will usually have a better game. He only had one catch, one
Isn't,
catch
wasn't
for
Khalil
11
drafted in the
yards.
second round?
Huh?
Wasn't Khalil drafted in the second round?
Yeah, I'm saying usually Khalil will give you a better game. He's had better games, but I mean, this game in general, there wasn't a lot. I had got sacked 7 times. Monty with 5 sacks. I mean, AJ had his typical 8 for 120, a touchdown. Yasser had his first big game of the season. We've been waiting for it. 7 for 90 and a touchdown. He had a really good completion percentage, 18 of 25, 242 passing yards. What's it called?
All those stats, and he dropped 12 points. You want to explain
12
that?
points. Look, I mean, he got sacked a lot. I mean, Jerusalem Jags have a good defense, but I'm saying if you go and look at the film, I'd made some really good throws in this game.
He did. That throw to seal it to AJ in the corner.
That was a
was
beautiful
catch
post
and
route,
throw.
beautiful dig route by AJ. He put that one right on the money with the 2 defenders on his back.
I mean,
I gotta give some credit to Al Shabab's defense. They have a very underrated defense, even though I know I know you got a bot like Nadeem at quarterback.
it was Nadeem. I mean, this team. Let me just list. I mean, they've lost Yusuf Khatib. They've lost Izakov. I mean, this team is getting. And Domi wasn't even there. So like, this team has absolutely zero depth. They cannot risk getting another injury again. After that, it's Zaid, Nadeem, Sami Yaha, and Mehed. And they got Moose in. And Ramos, who's looking like a really good rusher, a promising rusher.
Ramos is a good player.
Upcoming rusher, I'll give him that. But when you got Monty to rush with you, it makes your job a whole lot easier. Monty's not there anymore, so it's gonna come down. The load is gonna come down on Zayd, Nadeem, and Mehed. I mean, Mehed was arguably rookie of the year going into this week. Look like it's gonna go to DB unless Dumi comes back and starts feeding him a little bit more. But I know like it's so crazy how different this team looks without Dumi. I mean, you tried Zayd at quarterback.
I mean, Zayd actually didn't look too bad.
Who looked like the best one. Nadeem at quarterback had one good throw, and they sat his ass down. Ubi came in, threw a pick on the first play. Ubi came straight off. I don't know where the hell he came from. He just
Dude, Ubi, just please stay in retirement.
First play. Ubi, bro, I don't know. Just hang
Ubi,
them up,
please.
Ubi.
You're tarnishing your legacy, bro.
For real, you're tarnishing it. You're going down my all-time list the more and more you play. So, I mean, you got to figure that out. But, I mean, there was nothing to be seen on offense for them. Moose with 1 catch for 19 yards. Mehed, who was, the wide receiver one on this team, 4 catches for 43. And then Monty with 2 for 11 and a touchdown. And that's all she wrote. I mean, Zayd with 1 passing touchdown. But it was all defensive game. So I'll give them credit where credit is due. I mean, you got your full roster. And on a Dumi-less, Izakov-less, Yusuf-less defense, you muster a whole lot.
Look, he won. The most important thing is I won. It doesn't matter how much he scored. He won the game.
All these players. Ziyad. Oh, Ziyad had a legacy game, and all you muster is a little 12 points. Listen, I wanted to.
Don't get me started on Ziyad.
It's my turn. At the beginning of the season, I was saying I just want to see Ziyad win, and now I'm seeing him win, and the wins are against Faros in a do or die game in the rain, and then it's against a 12-6 game against a Dumi-less team. I mean, these are about winning is a skill in this league, but these are about the 2 worst wins you can have.
Stop discrediting him. Look, a winner. If Ad would have lost this game, we would have came on Nightcap and we would have bashed him. I don't care what the score was. I had got the job done, and I want to talk about Ziyad Suwan, MSL commissioner, game of all games. I mean, look,
he did really good.
Look, the numbers aren't going to fully tell the story on what he did, but he had 2 catches, 21 yards. He had an interception, a couple flag pulls, a couple pass breakups. I mean, he was doing it all. I know we're going to talk about the big guys, AJ, Khalil, Yasser, but I'm giving credit to Ziyad for this one. He held it down on defense, and look, all I have to say is I got the job done. He has 2 wins. He secured the playoffs. Iyad will make the playoffs, and we all know how Look, the last time Iyad and AJ were on a team in the playoffs, they went all the way to the finals. So all I know is Iyad clinched the playoff spot.
Listen, all I know is that I'm playing this team next week, And if they put on that garbage of a performance again, they're getting BTA. It might be a blowout because Ahmed Egypt is.
All I know is I got El
Ahmed Egypt's gonna
Shabab.
be
I
hitting
got El
Holland
Shabab beating
all over
Sprite.
that defense. I'll
Hamada,
give you that.
Look, I got El Shabab blowing you guys out.
Are you?
Look, who's gonna guard AJ? Who's gonna guard Khalil? Who's gonna guard Yasser? Who's gonna guard Ziad?
All this, but on the season, we're statistically the best defense in the MFL. I mean, JJ leading the league in picks with 5. I'm second in the league in picks with 4, and then Egypt is third in the league with picks with 3, and then no other. We have Habib Jerusalem Jags has 3 picks on the season. You know, we got triple their picks by 3 players. I mean. Habibi, wait, no. Jerusalem Jags has 3 picks on the season. Habibi Elite has 6 picks on the season. We clear them. Us 3 players. Palestine Panthers has 4 picks. We clear them. Mo'minin, your team, they're close, but 7, 9, 11. We clear them too. I mean, us 3 players, we're clearing every team in the league in picks. We're easily the best defense in the league, and we still haven't seen Sohaib for more than 1 week.
Please stop mentioning
one fucking week.
Suhaib, stop mentioning Suhaib. Please stop mentioning Suhaib. Look,
I'm giving BTA to add next week.
Look, the next time
He's
you
not winning
speak
on my
about
wall.
Suhaib,
If he comes out and he performs and he wins next week, I'm giving him all his flowers. I'll give him all his flowers. Don't worry about that.
So you want to give Egypt flowers for beating Ahid?
Wait. You just said who's gonna stop Khalil? Who's gonna you just two?
I do have El Shabab winning.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth right now, Tokes.
Look, I do have El Shabab winning, but I don't want you to sit up here and act like if you win, you beat some type of world beater.
Wait, you're picking them to win, but if we don't win, we get crucified. If we win, it's just I can't with you, Tokes. I can't win with you. You're the worst co-host ever. Oh, mailbag. I'm done with this crap.
All right, chat. Give us a few questions, and then me and Hamada will get up out.
I was reading the comments as we were going, and I see a lot of people like Moosh. Man, Hamada should be the only one to ref other than Gene. I mean, double downs on it. Said, and what did he say? It was somewhere here. Yeah, he goes, yeah, you know, Amir says that, and then Mosh goes, can Hamada ref our games going forward? I don't know where this. I mean, I appreciate it. You know, you guys having your trust in me to, you know, ref a game. But let me tell you why you see it how you see it. Because I'm one of these refs where I let the players play. I don't call ticky-tacky crap like other refs. You know, if they call block in the back, I'm not calling that crap unless, you know, it pretty much hit sticks him from the back. Flag pulls, flag guards, holding the shorts. You know, I let these players play. You want to win, you come out on Sunday. You waste your time coming. I'm going to let you play. I'm not calling all this ticky-tacky crap. You know, and I keep the games going smoothly. So I appreciate it. You know, next week I will, inshallah, I'll start reffing these a little more games. You know, I think that was my first game. I reffed my first game last week. So I'll start reffing them a little more. I don't even remember what game I reffed. Wait. Oh, it was Ad versus Dumi's team. So, yeah, that game went really smoothly. There wasn't a lot of complaining other than, you know,
I think the reffing was, last week was probably the best week of reffing we've had so far.
I'd say
inshallah, we're just going to get better and better.
Nadeem made some shaky
I think Omar Egypt did a good job reffing. I think you did a really good job reffing. I think Nadeem did a really good job reffing.
Yeah.
So I think we have a few solid refs, and Doomi's gonna come back. Doomi's a really good ref.
Yeah.
So,
let's list out these refs because I mean there was a lot of problems not problems, but there's a certain amount of refs.
You know, we've got guys like Noah trying to come in and ref a game.
I mean,
Noah doesn't even know what the rule book. Noah hasn't even seen the MFL rule book, and he's trying to put the headset on. He's trying to come in and ref games. Look, the only people that are allowed to ref are Hamada, Omar Al Ahmed, Nadeem, Egypt, and Doomy. Those are the only 5
those
refs.
are the people you're gonna be seeing. If you see those guys refing your game, don't complain. Those are the guys that know the rules, have studied the rule book, and are most equipped to take care of these games. And so. Yeah.
So we got a question from Yezen. What do you think about Doomy missing leaving his team out to dry, going to basketball in Dallas and not even getting to play in Dallas, and his team going 0-4? Look, I mean, what can I say, man?
I think Doomy took this week as a rest week. We know he's having a lot of problems with his Achilles right now and his thumb. You know, he was on.
No, I'm not giving him any excuses for the injuries.
I'm not giving excuses. I'm just saying he was like, this was a well needed break, so he just made use of it. You know. I mean, they probably would have won if he was here, but it just keeps that injury lingering around and around and around. You want to keep Dumi, you want to get Dumi. With this team being as injured as they are, you don't risk an injury to the freaking captain out of all people. So get him as healthy as possible. He took the week off, let him heal. So I mean, yeah.
We got a question from Yezen. Who is the biggest complainer in the big Omar, EG, WG, look, if you guys watch a Sprite game, after every single play, Omar Egypt is arguing. I saw this guy throw a touchdown, and he still argued. I mean, look, I'm from now on, if anyone is reffing Sprite's game, please, 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 if Omar Egypt excessively talks, please suspend him. I mean, it's getting unwatchable. Look, it's getting unwatchable. It's like Luka Doncic. Like all Luka does is complain to the refs. It's becoming unwatchable.
Most of the time, if you watch the games, most of the time he's right. One time he got rushed, right? I think what's his name? The guy in Galleria, the one one of the later round picks. He's lined up 4 yards away from the snap, and he rushes. So Egypt calls it out. Gene doesn't throw the flag until 5 seconds after the play because Egypt protested. So that's clear as day that he's illegally rushing. Egypt points it out, gets the call. I mean, he's pointing out some, but there's
all he does is he is the biggest complainer. It's not even close.
It was rough in the past.
Biggest complainer.
He got the flag.
Look, I know he's your quarterback, but you can't defend him. Egypt is the biggest complainer in the league. I mean, I watched back this game. After every single play, if he doesn't complain in 2 plays in a row, look, he cannot go 2 plays in a row without complaining. I mean, please, Egypt, you're the captain of the team. Please just play the game. No one wants to hear yelling and complaining for 40 straight minutes of football, bro. All right? That's the last time I'm going to address this. If I have to address this again, you will be summoned to the commissioner's office. And that's final.
What do you think of Baraka Bombers putting BTA? I'm stupid.
Look, I'm not talking about MSL.
Listen,
predictions.
Yeah, MSL. That's
all right, I got a big question. Who sold the Habibi Elite game the most? Musa, Omar Allan, or Tawfiq Habashi?
I mean, Musa, I feel like just wasn't involved. They need to start getting him more touches. Tawfiq.
He did have a crucial drop that led to a pick.
And he had a crucial unsportsmanlike conduct where he's tried, guys, you can't, if you're on defense, you can't try to draw the other team off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Bro.
Boneheaded mistake. I don't think it cost him anything, but it's just a boneheaded mistake. Tawfiq knows better. He'll learn from it. Ahmad Allan, that last play of the game, you can't.
Here, you got Tokes and Musa one-on-one. You got to throw it up.
Just throw it up. Snap, line up 10 yards back. It's a Hail Mary. Yeah, line up 10 yards back from the snapper. Have him throw it to you so you have a little more time. Don't line up from shotgun. Like, just IQ shit like that. Line up far back. Launch it up to Tawfiq. You're 7-8 foot giant on the team. Or a team I get with Yanad and Tokes and freaking Huzaifa. Line up Tawfiq on Huzaifa's side. Like, just stupid crap like that. So I'm putting the blame on Big O. I know he can be better. He will be better. Next question. Would Zayd Dalek be a better captain than Firas?
No, Firas is doing good.
Firas is doing good. Good enough. Yazan says definitely Zayd sucks. I don't know why anyone would draft him. That's facts. Is Yazan the best player in Mutmanin? Yazan's the worst player in Mutmanin. Is week 5. Let's move on to predictions, guys, before we head out.
All right.
9 a.m. El Shabab versus Sprite. You already know. It's gonna be.
I'm taking El Shabab by. I got 20-6 El Shabab.
Bro, shut up. Just be objective.
I am. I have El Shabab winning. What do you want me to say?
Okay, but 20-6, bro.
Yes, 20-6.
All right, bro. I think it's gonna be a close game. Might even go to OT. I think our defense is one of the best defenses in the league. I think Sohaib's showing up. And we know Aed fumbles under that rush. I don't care how good your receivers are. If the quarterback can't get the ball out, then they're useless. So obviously it's gonna be a close game. I got my team. Second game, Mutmanin versus Palestine Panthers. I got Firas getting his first.
Oh, yeah? Is that the prediction you want to make?
I can't even say it with a straight face. I'm sorry, guys. I got Mutmanin. See, I'm not biased. If I was playing Palestine Panthers, this man across me would have said.
No, I wouldn't. I would not have picked the.
I'm not going to say it, but I could almost say it that you would have said we were going to. Panthers was going to win. Obviously, I'm taking Mutmanin, but I think it's going to be closer than some people think. Jags versus OP Block. Lumi's back in town. Mehed's healthy. Nadim's back. Zayd's good. It's going to be a close game because OP Block is on the move. Mosh.
This is my game of the week.
This might be game of the week. I got Jerusalem Jags though in a close game. I'll say 28, 28-18. You know,
You know, I'm gonna go with OP Block. No Monty. Monty won't be playing for this game. Um, OP Block's defense is pretty good,
they are.
and their rushes are underrated. Dumi doesn't have his number one receiver. I mean, even though he still has good receivers like Zayd and Nadim and Mahad, I think this game's gonna be really close. And I see David Brown having another monster game. You know what? I'm gonna take OP Block 28-26. High scoring game.
Last game, Habibi Elite versus Galleria. I think Galleria is going to be in the lab. I think they're going to learn from what they did this week. You know, it was just a weird game. It was a weird environment. But, I mean, I believe in the talent on this team. You know, with if Idris is back and Ahmad is doing what he can do, Ben is doing what he can do. And I feel like they can give Habibi Elite some problems, especially, you know, I think Habibi Elite's coming off back-to-back losses. And I just feel like they have no momentum right now. So, in an upset, I'm going to take Galleria Guardians 21-14.
Look, until I see Big O start throwing the ball more to Musa and trusting his actual wide receiver one. Look, I had very high hope. You know, Big O after the first couple weeks was the MVP favorite. Now he's not sniffing the MVP this year at all. So, I mean, look, you know what? As much trash I talked on Galleria, look, I have no faith in Galleria. I'm going Habibi Elite. I'm going Habibi Elite will get their ways back on track. Look, until I see Amir make adjustments, and until even though he's leading the league in yards, it's because he's trailing all game. All right, so obviously you're gonna throw 20, 30 times a game if you're trailing all game. Look, I'm going Habibi Elite. I think Musa is gonna finally have that monster game we've been waiting for. I mean, he's just waiting to be unleashed. So I'm going with Habibi Elite, and that's gonna end it off. Hamada, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Oh, I got one thing to say and one thing only. Um, Hold on, let me find it. I'm blanking though. You go ahead, Tux. You got anything to say? I'll say this. I'll say this actually. Wemby just got concussed. Jokic clears Wemby. If you don't know the lore, Tokes is a Wemby fan. I'm a Jokic fan, and they're on a collision course to head each other in round two. Jokic is gonna give him BTA. He's gonna stun the crap out of him. Wemby's too young. He's too slender. He's too skinny.
Listen, Hamada,
He's gonna give him BTA.
All I have to say is Palestine Panthers, belly dancers, Shy Gilgis Alexander. It don't matter. Want me needing 5?
Good one, bro. All right, boys, we are out. What happened? What happened last time? I'm gonna lock down. Exactly. See.